Right, a little rinse. And hey folks, welcome. This is Dad's A to Z. Two guys that think they know everything because we say we do, and we're conceited like that.
And sorry, you're A, I'm Z. You know the drill.
That's what I was going to say.
Whatever. I think that you already know A, Z. See, matches now. See. We strive to suck a little bit less every time, so hopefully that this episode is going to be.
I mean, this intro is kind of one of our more stumbly ones.
Yeah.
But it's actually one of the more enjoyable ones because of it.
So today I want to talk about something that I have no clue about.
I have less because I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. So, and again, probably a little bit more. You're probably a little bit more experienced in this than I am. Because
Is that another age joke?
It could be. No, but no, I this specifically meant because you have older kids, but that means that you're older too, so I guess. Half a century is a number. I find myself struggling sometimes with this, in a sense of, I want to talk about a little bit of a parent's mental health.
Okay.
In terms of how much should you care about yourself at the expense of your immediate family. Meaning, I'm working 11 hours a day, right? Outside of the house, 11 hours a day for work. Sleep, let's say 7. So that's like 18. So
6 more.
6 more left.
I'll do the math for him since
Please, yes, please, thank you.
I'm not 50 and he keeps calling me
It's,
50, so obviously not the math.
It's experience. So, you know, a lot goes into maintaining family and doing your job, and just, you know, like sometimes you just physically drained, mentally drained, whatever it is. And how much you should care about yourself before you give everything to, let's say, come home and to your kid. You know, because I have days that and I recognize this, but I'm struggling in defining it. Is there's days that, you know, like she doesn't see me, she sees me an hour a day, so I get it, you know. But there's days that I just want to be by myself. It's just like can't. I just can't. Like it's been like last week. It's been a week. Like I needed like just a little bit of peace and quiet, just to recharge and all of that. So how much, I guess I don't have a form question, is how much do you sacrifice your own well-being to be there for your kid?
Well, for me, I was really bad at it when they were little. And as I've gotten older, I wonder if I didn't set myself up for it, because I've never been comfortable with little kids. You know, as other people had little ones, I don't know how to interact, and that kind of went into my kids. I kind of pre-set that. You know, oh, I'm not good with kids. So when they were little, I was probably mentally very selfish. You know, I even told my wife that, you know, when we have kids, you know, life's going to be, you know, pretty much the same. We're just going to have a kid and we're going to have to work around the kid. And that's not the case, just so you know that. But I found that I kind of rested on well, I'm not good with little kids. So, you know, I'll change the diapers and I'll feed, but as far as anything else, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to go over here and do this. And that was detrimental. Not just to them, but to me, because I still don't know how to really interact with little kids. And maybe I would have learned if I was a little bit more open to it. And for the kids' side, I think they kind of learned that, well, Daddy does his thing, and you know, when he's done, you know, then we'll do something. As I got older, I tried to switch it, which of course was easier because now I knew how to interact. Once they started getting 7, 8, 9 years old, it was a lot easier to interact. It was a lot easier to play and whatnot. And what I'm realizing now is it's really important for your own well-being. And the reason being, if you don't find some balance in your head, you're not going to be able to transition that over to the kids. Meaning, you have to donate most of your life to your children. And whether that's time or effort or whatnot. But if you're not making sure that your level, whatever you're giving beyond that, has diminishing returns. So if you're feeling depressed, and it's not an excuse, we have to figure these things out. We're adults and we're parents and we have responsibilities. But if you're feeling depressed, what you're streaming down to your kids becomes less and less. If you can find yourself in a more mentally balanced place, you have more to give because you're starting from a higher spot. And I know because I've gone through this a number of times and going through it quite specifically right now. Finding that when you can't find your center, how are you going to help somebody find their own?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. Maybe the topic should be how to find the center, because like I noticed that like it's when we as parents are more exhausted and mentally, physically, it doesn't really matter, become more irritable. Anything is like a last straw, and typically should not be. Especially in my case, 5-year-old, she has no clue. She's fine. She has no clue.
And they don't care who you dealt with at work, and nor should you.
So I'm just thinking of like that, like like in a quest of a journey of being a better father, a better person in general. I don't wanna be that parent that is. I hear myself just saying no. It's just like it's all day long, and
Right.
I'm tired of it, and I cannot imagine her. She's probably just like, oh my god, like this guy, and I feel that comes from that imbalance of just, I don't know, being spent. I guess spent is probably the best way. I don't feel.
And that's where I mean diminishing returns. You can't give anybody 100% of yourself. If you give 100% of yourself, there's nothing left for you, right? So you have to start with at least 1% of you. But if you're sharing that and you feel like you're only 1% and you can't give it everything, what are you giving?
Yeah, but that's
you're giving 0.5%. You're giving 1/4%.
Yeah, but where's the? There has to be some limit, because I'm not like, let's say, there's days that I don't really. It's fine. I don't care. Like
right.
I have to do anything that is for my pure enjoyment. It doesn't really matter. So those days are probably the same as the other ones. But then there's days that I just I just need to like not adult. So to speak, and do something that
I've
recharge.
Had conversations with both my kids where I'm in that state of mind, and I've said, look, X happened, B happened, you have nothing to do with it, it's put me in this state of mind, I'm sorry, just give me a little bit of time, we'll circle back, we'll talk about whatever it was they wanted to talk about, or, I'm sorry I snapped at you, just so you understand it was this, it wasn't that. So I've definitely done damage mitigation, but as far as the preventative, man, I don't know. I'm not there yet. But I do know that I do believe that you have to try to be as much of you as you can because you're giving to others. So the more you feel of yourself and the better you feel of yourself, the more you have to give to others. That's why some days you're fine. because that particular day you feel good. You know, work might have been great, your commute was nice and easy, you got some nice sweet rice when you got home, and so you have a lot to give because you feel good, you feel full. But that day where you were 15 minutes late for work because there was an accident on I-4 and it was, you know, tourist hell at work, and it took you another, you know, extra 15, 30 minutes to get home, and then you forgot you had to go here, and so by the time you get home, that you're spent. I guess the only thing you can realize is try to recognize that you're spent before. That's probably the mistake I've made, where I've said I've done damage mitigation, is there's days where you're here, you're not up here. And when you're here, you can't give all of yourself, so that means you're only giving this much to your partner. It means you're only giving this much to your kid. It means you're only giving this much to your neighbor. You're only giving this much to the person you're talking to on the phone. I guess is awareness of yourself, which unfortunately I think you only get through age.
I mean, I'm not a spring chicken myself, but it's you know, if you find and I think this is probably just more like emphasized with COVID and not really being able to release any stress through like vacationing and you name it, you know, like, and it's just everything we would do, typically we just do less.
Right.
Right, and you know, we should not be doing it all, thinking of situation, but like we do less, we try to take care of ourselves, do less. So I'm thinking like it's just maybe it's just overload with everything really, and it, you know, just you burn out of work, you burn out of life, you burn out of everything really, if you don't take care of yourself. And I feel like sometimes more often than not come to that point that I would, you know, like I would like to like recharge my batteries, right? But there's just no opportunity for it, and
No.
then that translates to a lot of things that like a lot of different topics that I wanted to discuss. Maybe we can some future episodes talking about it, how our mental state affects not just our relationship with the child, but the way we raise the child, the way we discipline the child, the way we teach them.
And the way they learn to deal with the same types of situations.
Yeah, because they will be, you know, like if they see that dad is stressed and you know, like there's a lot, like it's just, I think it's just, I'm probably overthinking all this because we are in a position that you know, like we've got I think both of my wife and I like have a pretty short fuse last months, and I think,
Especially during spring break week.
and I think it's pretty good reasonings for it. You know, like I don't think that's that we don't. I don't want to give us excuses or anything, but it's like life didn't dealt the best hand. You know, like and I think I mentioned this, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous episodes, but like a fun fact, like last time her and I went to movies was Jurassic World, 6 years ago. So, you know, like, and because, you know, you need a village to raise a kid, but there's no village.
Right.
You know, and it's been like, you know, 6 years of that, and it's kind of, and I don't want to, like, I don't know how much, you know, like us not having that patience because we are at the end of our ropes. Mental ropes, let's call it mental ropes, is how that affects her mental development and relationship with us. And
I know 100% your kids, they pick up on your sense of humor and develop similar sense of humor. They pick up on your tastes, perhaps. They like the teams you like, the music you like, the video games you like. They pick up on your temperament. When I will say one of my kids has my temper, I'm angry. I mean, it's on a different level right now because they're teenagers, and the other one has my tendency to sometimes withdraw. And these are learned behaviors from, you know, observing me or observing my wife, and it's dangerous because now I'm in trying to figure it out mode with them. I guess I would say to you is really try to have the conversation without making an excuse to her. You know what I mean? Like trying to find a way, and I don't know the answer, so please, somebody out there, give a better suggestion, but find some way to have a young mind understand that, I'm sorry, we'll try this again later, give me 5 minutes, and it's okay. I think sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves that we have to be everything to our kids at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong, I know I've definitely said to my kids that I've felt pressure that they feel like I should know the answer to everything. And when I say I don't know something, because I am a I don't know person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a I am
Yeah.
trying to pull something out of my head right now, but I'm not a make it up answer.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I don't know.
Same way, yeah.
And to get them to understand that we are not infallible, that we are struggling, I think that's healthy. I think that's a way, if you can do that now and let them understand it's okay to hurt today. Even if you don't know why you're hurting. It's okay to just be angry for some reason. Why are you angry? I don't know why I'm angry, I'm just angry. It's okay. There was something called Schoolhouse Rock. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It used to be on Saturday morning in between some of the cartoons. It was like,
I heard about it, but I've never
Yeah.
liked it.
well, there was one about where this goat would just keep coming in. He goes, I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad. It ain't bad to be mad. And the whole point was that exactly what I'm saying. Daddy's upset. Daddy's just mad, not at you, and it's okay. Mommy's feeling a little down today. That's okay. It has nothing to do with you. I'm just feeling not great. How do you feel today? I think that's something if I could go back in time is to try to let them know that
It's okay.
it is okay to feel the full range of emotions, and maybe try to find a way to deal with them. Because now we're talking about it and I'm thinking about it, there's not, I just mentioned Schoolhouse Rock, there's not a lot of examples of kind of explaining to kids very clearly about what I'm going to say is a negative emotion. I don't think they're all negative emotions, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think there's examples of it. I don't know if it's talked about. Now, when we get to teens, all of a sudden you start talking about teen suicide prevention.
All right, so I guess the lesson would be to similar to when the airplane with the oxygen mask come out is the instructions to put it on yourself first so you can help others.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's to take care of yourself mentally so you can.
100%.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling full, you're only going to give a portion of who you are at that time. So, take care of yourself. Really.
I guess we can next episode or next future episode we can deal with the guilt, the parenting guilt of not being good enough or not being there for kids. But for now, why don't you let us know how do you take care of yourself and what do you do to be there for your kids but be there for yourself as well. I think it's a big struggle for new parents, so I'm very curious to know. So let us know. While you're doing that, like us, subscribe, and comment on our social media.
Please, please, please. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time. Have a good night.
Have a good night.